Hello everybody, this is the much anticipated garnet necklace video. So this was my challenge with Tanya to bring on items that we both really love. And this is just a quick video on the garnet necklaces that I truly love. This one is turn of the century, meaning around 1900 to 1905. It is considered a garnet festoon. And look at those bohemian garnets. Most are rose cut, meaning they have 6 facets. And I'll take this off of the stand to show you. Most have 6 facets. Let me zoom in on that. And you'll have to forgive this video because I'm doing it a little differently. I'm standing behind the camera and I'm showing you in front of the camera. It's not ideal, but I really wanted to get up close and personal to these items so you can see those bohemian rose cut garnets all the way down the chain into this wonderful garland design with these almost laurel wreath leaves of garnets. Beautifully done, and these pear shapes are open back set, but the rest are closed back set. You might be asking yourself, what metal is this? Well, it is gold filled, and you can see on the edge right there, there's wear right there. That is gold filled. It's not solid gold, and it's not 800 silver that is sometimes gold gilded. Plated. Look at the box clasp. That's a classic box clasp. And there you go to see it open. And there it goes. So you push this down and pull it open. Look at the finish there. There is wear on that, and that is gold filled. And the base metal, which is probably brass, is showing through from the underneath portion of the gold filled portion that's laminated to the surface of the brass. But that's just a beautiful and delicate, beautiful festoon garnet necklace. So that's the first one. And I forgot to thank all of you for being here. I'm such the bad host when I just hop into a video. It's because I'm anxious and ready to go. I only had about 20 minutes today because I am going to an appointment, a go-see for a really fantastic sale. This is a classic garnet festoon necklace. This is one of the most complex I had seen in a long time. Let me take the light up a little bit. It's a little dimly lit today. We're overcast in Ohio. I have a tendency to do these videos right in where the natural lighting is. So just give me one sec. Let me let that adjust. There you go. Prong set bohemian table cut. So these are table cut. Notice every time you see that little flash of light, look, there's no facets there. There's just one facet. So those are table cut bohemian garnets and a festoon that is just magnificent. Look how drippy and how dreamy and how fantastic. This would be considered very late Victorian into almost the Edwardian time period, but this is definitely still considered Victorian. Look at the clasp. It's the same kind of box style clasp as the other one. Now these garnets are actually open back set. Unlike the last one that I just showed you, some people would say, well, the last one was older because they were closed back set. No, not necessarily. There were different techniques used at different time periods. So yes, most of the time when you see closed back garnets, they are in fact Georgian. The design of that necklace, the last one, was not Georgian at all. So someone who would identify it as Georgian is very wrong. So I want to correct that. That last one was very much so Edwardian. This is aesthetic Victorian. Look at that pendant and look at these garnets. So beautiful, so well done. And this is 800 silver with gold wash. So this one is actually the opposite of the last one. That one was gold filled and this one is 800 silver. The clasp may be gold filled. That might have a gold shell on it, but the rest of it is 800 silver with the gold wash over the surface. But that is so beautiful for a Victorian garnet necklace. Look at, I'm sorry about that, but look at, excuse the video today, and I don't have time to re-record or I would be, but look at that. It's outstanding. It's absolutely beautiful. And the way that lays down is just exquisite. It's elegant. It's fine. It says, you know, I am wealthy and I can afford this. This person could afford the luxury of such a complex garnet necklace. Beautifully, beautifully done. Beautiful craft and beautiful design on that. So we'll leave that one aside. This is one of my other favorites. This had been a favorite for a long time, and this video is supposed to be on my favorites. Now, I do have quite a few more Victorian and Edwardian garnet necklaces as I struggle to get this one to lay down. There we go. See, you don't force things to happen. They just happen. I'm going to try and hold the chain up. Sorry to look at, have you looking at a blank screen over here, but look at this one. Now this is super special. This one's also very late Victorian into the Edwardian time period again. And anyone who would date this any earlier is gravely mistaken. It's not true. Look at the curvilinear whiplash design of that front bow, and these garnets are so lush and so truly blood red, velvety blood red, and then those invert florals of these then free swinging flowers. Look at the way this catches the light. In the transition time period of transitioning between candlelight and electric light. So this would perform in low lighting because these garnets are in fact foil backed. There's a little piece of silver foil behind every garnet in this necklace. Now I am going to slip this off. At least you can see that the way it lays down. And thank you again so much. And the next time I do one of these front-facing videos, I will make sure that the camera and the lighting is much, much better. But I had to get this video up for you because I had to catch up with Tanya on our favorites. So we're going to do a string of videos on our favorites, our favorite things. And like I said, these were only 5 of my most favorite Victorian and Edwardian garnet necklaces. And you can see the Bohemian garnets there. And I think the reason why I loved garnets is they were the stone of passion and the stone of love, but also they are my birthstone. And so I kind of had that instant love affair because I was born under this stone. This was my birthstone, and I took great pride in loving garnets. I do collect garnets of many different colors, but these were the traditional reddish brown, deep red, true garnets that I wanted to pull out of the collection. And I'll be bringing other ones, but these festoon necklaces are getting harder and harder and more expensive to find. Look at the size of these. The size of these garnets is incredible. They're lush, they're large. The large ones are open back set, and I think the smaller might be as well until you get up to the chain, and then those are set into metal that is has a metal backing on it. But look at the dance and the fire in those, and I sure hope that's coming across in this video. I sure hope that you can see that color saturation and the beauty of those stones. And I'm trying to alter the color of the lighting, I should say, the exposure, just to make sure it's light enough for you to see the color play inside of those very much so internally flawless stones. This one, age-wise, would fall right in between late Victorian and Edwardian. So this does kind of skirt the line or transitions from one time period to another. These are absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous garnets, gem grade, really beautiful. The metal on this is mixed. It's both silver and also gold filled. Most of the metal that you see is 800 silver, and there is and always usually is some gold filled accents on these. But look at that, all open back set to let the light through. Really beautiful design on this. I think the thing that seduced me the most about these is they're just so incredibly naturalistic and lovely. It looks like a wreath of flowers around the wearer's neck. I loved these so, so much. And look at the color saturation on those. As I let the light come through, that's the money shot right there. If that one garnet would just cooperate on this one edge. There we go. There she goes. She wants to lay down now, but look at that. Look how incredible. Absolutely stunning in design and stones. Now the last one, and this one, you know, might seem less important than the others, But there's an important thing about this one. This one, the garnets are all rose cut. So you're seeing a dual rose cut in the center. So again, 6 facets, if I say rose cut, 6 facets across the table right there, and then a flat back behind. But there's another layer of cuts there, facets, if you will, and that's a dual or Dutch rose cut. So it's a double rose cut, if you will. So a 2-layer rose cut stone. Let me take the light up just a little bit, and I appreciate you bearing with me again, but look at that color saturation. Now, why this is unusual is the stones in the center are so incredibly large for garnets. Everyone in the business that I've shown this to has been so impressed by this one, although much more simple than the other ones, so direct, so much about look at these stones and look at the metalwork. So again, this one would be probably right at the turn of the century, 1900, 1905. Beautifully executed, and look at the craft. Every single garnet is prong set inside of that metal. This one is also gold filled. So you will see that there is wear to the metal. That one is also gold filled. Open back set, but look at the craft. They opened up every mounting to show light through those beautiful stones. And again, I think that's why I was so seduced by garnet. And I think I want to go back to this one. I don't think, maybe this did show up well enough, but I want to replay this one just for a second, just to make sure that that came through okay. Look at it. And I'm going to take the light up one more time, just because I'm really fighting with the lighting on this. But look at that. The stones are just so expertly set, and each one is fully articulated. Each little segment swings and sways with the wearer. Incredible. And timeless design on that. You could wear that today without a problem as I get stuck on my backdrop. What a mess of a video. So I have a few other things on my desk to show you just because I have some additional time, because I cruised through that so fast. You all say, slow down, you're going too fast. Well, I've got to get these things done, and I've got to get some content out to you. I do not know why my camera is struggling to focus today, but it is. This I brought in another video. These are demantoid garnet, or you can say demantoid. Both are correct, demantoid or demantoid. And I've heard it said both ways. This is Imperial Russian. The red stones are, in fact, gem grade red spinel. So those are real. And then these incredible electric demantoid garnets. This is a pendant and also a brooch. It is loaded with Russian hallmarks all over the piece, and I can show you that I don't think the camera's going to go in on it. Let me make sure that I'll at least show you part of the hallmarks on the side here. Let's see here if it'll zoom in. There's some right there, all across this edge right there. Look at those stones and the metalwork. This is high Art Nouveau. This is as genuine in Art Nouveau as money can buy. It's sizable, it's large, it's fantastic. I bought this from a person who deals in estate jewelry and pawn jewelry and didn't know what stones these were, so I got incredibly lucky. Let me be truthful on this. I don't talk value very frequently, but on this one specifically, you'd be in the $5,000 to $7,000 range because of the size of those garnets and because they're green rather than red. So that was another one of my favorites, and thank you so much for letting me bend the rules and bring in something that wasn't exactly what we were talking about. And then here's the other sister to that. This one is the most incredible demantoid garnet lavalier I own. It's gigantic. There's my huge finger, and this is Imperial Russian as well. It's fantastic. It's from St. Petersburg. It's loaded with Russian hallmarks, both on the bail and also on the side. I've brought this to a past video, but I wanted to bring that back because I was doing it on garnets and I wanted to show you some of my favorites. And this one is by far one of my favorites. Now you can tell that these green garnets are much more pale than the last ones, but these read so much more brilliant. The cut, the clarity, and this whiplash Art Nouveau design, extremely, extremely unusual. That would be in the vicinity of between $10,000 and $15,000. Just so you know on the value of that one. And it's not bragging, it's just saying that's what these things are worth. And that's an absolute beauty. On to a very small and understated garnet ring. So now you're going to be smart enough to know that those in fact are green garnets. They read as emerald. They look like emerald or peridot. Those are not. Those are demantoid garnet. They're green garnet and mine cut and European cut diamonds. The center diamond is European cut. Oops, I just bumped my camera. And the center diamond is European cut. And then on the outside, these are all mine cut stones. Those are beautifully faceted green garnets in the center. And of course, it's in an old ring box that I love. And look at the craft on this. The craftsmanship to get those stones so close together. And this beautiful, almost mill grain and hand engraved design on the sides. And the stones themselves are so brilliant, but the way the artist put this together is just so genius. Very compact, very beautiful, open back sets so the light goes through, yellow and white gold, both together with this harmony of green and white gemstones. And what dazzle and sparkle and effervescence of stones. Loved the combination of diamonds and green garnets. And you can see in this how much green garnets were revered and how difficult they were to find. They were so sought after. Look how small they are compared to the diamonds. Very, very tiny, very compact. Almost like a whisper amongst those larger diamonds. That ring would be around $2,000 to $2,500. Just so no value on that. And this is the last thing out on my desk to complete this video. I wanted to show this because my next video that I'm going to pre-record, I don't know when I'll release it, will be on Edwardian jewelry. And it'll probably be for a while that I won't release it because I pre-record a lot of these. So they're not in necessarily the order in which I film them. They're just in the order in which I released them. And I'm also still going to catch up on that video with antique and vintage glass, both from the Czech Republic and also Germany. And then I'm going to do a video, let me set the box down. I'm going to do a video on antique Victorian jewelry and some of my favorites in my collection, because my collections are very vast and they're very complex. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to bring on some of my favorites. But look at this. This is Edwardian 1910, right around 1910, 1912 on this one. Very stylized garland, but that diamond lace that we love, that the very fine diamond lace, and look at how small those little flowers are. It is set in platinum. So this is a classic Edwardian piece and made me extremely happy that I found this. And I bought it for very little money. It was at a pawn shop up in Cleveland, and wow is all I can say. Fantastic diamonds, fantastic design, timeless and beautiful and magnificent. So that's it for today. I'm going to get this back in its little tiny velvet box. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me again. You are really touching my life in such a way. And some of the comments most of the comments have just been so magnificent. And a few of them yesterday brought me to tears because they were so important to me that I hear from all of you. So thank you for leaving me comments and love on all of my videos. And again, thank you for trusting me and subscribing and also sharing me out to all of your friends. I love you so much. Have a great day. I love you.